Hey, I'm Charles with Rocky Mountain ATV MC. In this video, we're going to show you how to replace the steering stem bearings on your KTM, Husky, or GasGas dirt bike. The reason for this video is we want to make your steering feel like it's brand new again. Now, some people have notchy steering, which can be very frustrating while you're out riding, or maybe the handlebars are just hard to turn side to side. In either case, these steering stem bearings, they do wear out over time and they need to be taken care of and re-greased periodically. And you want to stay away from these bearings with the pressure washer. That way you don't wash any grease out from them, and it kind of helps prevent some of that corrosion that can happen. So with this, if you want to check and verify that your steering stem bearings are bad, what you're going to do is press back on the bike while it's on the stand and rotate the bars from lock to lock, and you're just going to check for any notching. Now, the most common place for notching is right in the center, and sometimes the bars will kind of pop into place right there. That's where it's most frustrating for me when I have worn out bearings. The other thing, if it's just hard to turn side to side, typically that's caused by corrosion. And the other thing you're going to see is a little play in those bearings. So to check for that, it's good to have a helper hold back on the bike, and then you can grab the lower fork tube and rock it back and forth and check for any play in those bearings. If you see any play, make sure you get those adjusted up. So if you have any of those issues, we're going to show you how to take care of them today on this 2018 KTM 450 SXF. To do this job, we're going to show you a couple different options for parts and tools. Now, the one thing you do need is a steering race remover. This one's from Park Tools, and it's fairly inexpensive. Other than that, you can use a pipe or a bearing installer for the bearing on that lower triple clamp. And then, anybody doing their own work on dirt bikes, I recommend having a bearing and seal driver. And then other than that, we're just using common hand tools. So we have a torque wrench, sockets, T-handles, 17mm combo wrench, a chisel and hammer, and then our Tusk bearing kit. So this kit, it's going to come with both races, both bearings, your O-rings, and your seals. And then we're going to need some grease. We went with the Motor X. We're using contact cleaner, safety glasses, and rags. Now for the optional tools, these are going to be if you're either doing a lot of work on your own bike, or maybe you're even working on multiple bikes, your friends' bikes, that kind of thing. This is the Tusk bearing removal tool. It's going to work for a lot of different jobs. Now for this job, we had to buy an additional collet. So for our bike, we had to buy this 40mm, and that's going to take place of this Park race removal tool. The next option for a tool is the Tusk steering stem bearing press. And this is just going to make it easy to install those outer races onto your bike. And last, we have a couple tools from Motion Pro. So the steering stem bearing tool and the steering head bearing race driver. Now we're going to show you how to use both of these tools today, along with the other methods. And the whole point of these special tools is to not only save you time, but help prevent damage to any of your new parts. So with all that being said, refer to your model specific service manual throughout the process, and let's get started. The first thing we need to do is gain access to our steering stem bearings. So we're going to start out by removing our handlebars. We're going to loosen some of these bolts on the upper triple clamp, our number plate, front fender, front wheel, and our forks. All right, from here, we've placed a rag under our bars just so it doesn't scratch up the bike. So we're going to finish removing our bolt on top of the upper triple clamp. Then we'll remove the upper clamp. We've got an O-ring. We're going to wipe away some of this dirt. And we can remove the cap, Then we're going to use a dead blow hammer to tap on our steering stem and remove the lower triple clamp. And we can remove the upper bearing. At this point, if all you're doing is re-greasing your bearings, I'd probably be a little more careful to make sure you don't get any dirt on the bearings when you take everything apart. And then just wipe the grease off, use some contact cleaner, get the bearings really clean, and then you're gonna repack them with grease. We'll show you how to do that later in the video, as well as we'll show you how to install everything and get the correct tension on the bearings. But for us, we're gonna go ahead and focus on removing these outer races as well as this lower bearing. So there's 3 different ways to get these inner races off. One, you can use a punch, but with that, you know, this is probably your most time-consuming and difficult way to do it. So sometimes you can get these moving this way. This one actually is a little bit, we have a little bit of lip to catch on, but. So we're gonna install that outer race removal tool. We'll just slide it in from the top. And you'll just let it slide just past the end of that race. Once that springs out, you can go ahead and hammer that race out. Now, if you're gonna use the bearing removal tool, all you do is take your collet and you're gonna catch this edge on the inside lip of that race. So we'll set that in there and tighten up the collet. Now we can screw in the slide hammer and remove that bearing race. From here, we're gonna wipe up any remaining grease from the sealing surface. And from here, we can remove that lower steering stem bearing. Now to remove this bearing, we've got 3 different ways for you. So you can use a shop press and actually press the stem through that lower triple clamp, and that's gonna remove the bearing. Or you can also use a chisel and a hammer. So you're gonna get the chisel in between the bottom of that bearing and the triple clamp. Just be really careful that you don't damage anything. And then the third way we're gonna show you is with that Motion Pro tool. But first, just to show you guys how this works, I'm gonna start this with the chisel. And then once you have it started, you can clamp the steering stem into the vise. Make sure you're not clamping on any of the bearing surfaces. And then, you know, with that gap started, you can start to tip the chisel up a little bit. So I'm gonna work it off just a little bit more first. You can go back and forth and work each side down till it pops off. But a little bit easier and cleaner way is to use this Motion Pro special tool. And then what you're gonna have to do is cut this outer cage and remove it. So we're just using some side cutters for that. Now we're gonna take the bearing puller adapter and we're gonna slide it down just past this lip on the inner race. And then we're gonna tighten the set screws. We're just gonna tighten them finger tight all the way around and pull it up against that collar. So from here, we're gonna take the protector cup, place that on top of the stem, and install the puller and screw that into the bearing remover adapter. And we're gonna apply some grease to the puller bolt. We'll install it into the tool, and we're gonna use a 32mm wrench and 19mm socket to remove that inner race. Once you have that race freed up, I'm gonna back off these set screws and remove the tool. Then from here, this race is gonna be pretty tight on this stem towards the top as well. So I'm just gonna tap it off with my rubber mallet. With the race removed, we're gonna go ahead and clean everything up really good before we go back together. Next thing we need to do is make sure we're using the correct seal underneath that lower steering bearing. So what I'm gonna do is just match up this one with the old one. You know, you can see this other one's quite a bit different. We're not gonna use that down there. And that way you don't forget that when you drive your bearing on, because if you do that, it's gonna be a real headache. So from here, all we're gonna do is pack our new bearings with some grease. So I just have a wad of grease on my hand. You take the bearing and you're just gonna work that grease up through the bearing until it comes out the top. You can just see when you're pressing down on that grease, pushes right up through there. Next thing we need to do is install this onto that steering stem. And you know, every bike's different. There is a chance that, you know, the upper bearing could be different from the lower one. But on these ones, you know, these both have the same part number, 007. So we're ready to install this. Now, to do that, we have the bearing installation tool. So for this Motion Pro one, you're just gonna select the correct size collar that matches up with that inner race. Or if you use the chisel method to remove that bearing and you don't want to buy this whole tool, Tusk also makes one that's going to drive it into place. So whatever you do, just make sure you're only hitting on that inner race. We're going to set that on there, and our bearing's a little tight at the top as well. Now we're going to install the adapter, set this into place. We're going to tap it down just using our dead blow hammer. Now, before you finish driving the bearing on to the steering stem, you want to support the bottom of the steering stem on a block of wood, and then we can use the tool to drive that bearing fully into place. And just to verify that we have the bearing fully seated, we can grab onto that lower seal. And if you can move that up and down, it means the bearing isn't all the way down. So you want to go back and hit the bearing all the way on. Now we're trying to make sure anybody can do this job no matter what your budget is. So I'm gonna give you one last tip. This is gonna be a little extra work and not as clean, but if you don't have one of these installer tools, you can cut this old inner race, just put a slit in it and you can flip it over, and that can help you drive on this lower bearing. And where it's slit, that's gonna help it be able to remove easily. So that is the last tip. We'll go ahead and install the outer races. Now to install this race, I'll put a little bit of grease on that outside diameter. That's just gonna help it go in a little easier. And then, you know, we're gonna show you the budget-friendly way to install this first. So we have our bearing and seal driver. And this driver, it's just big enough that it's gonna bottom out against our frame. I'm just gonna set this outer race right there, square it up, and then we're gonna drive it in until the tool bottoms out on the frame. Then once the race is flush with the frame, you're gonna have to find a different adapter that fits just inside of that frame. And then we can finish driving this all the way until it seats. You can hear that pitch change, so you know that that race is seated all the way in there. Now we're going to show you how to use the tool that's made for this. So what you want to do is match up the race to the tapered portion of the tool. So that's going to be us right there. And what's nice about this, you know, it centers the race, and that way it's going to help you drive that race in nice and square, and you can drive it in all the way in one shot. So I'm going to go ahead and put the handle on the tool, and we're going to drive this in. From here, we've put a little bit of extra grease on the surface of everything. We'll install that upper bearing. And I've got that larger O-ring. The flat side will be facing down. Set that into place. Then we can take the steering stem, and this race is pretty tight. Next thing we'll do is set that metal cup into place. Next, install the O-ring. Then we can install that upper triple clamp. Now we're going to install the upper triple clamp. and lightly insert that bolt. And then before we make any adjustments up here, I'm going to loosely install the handlebars and the forks. Now the first thing we're going to torque on this is the upper triple clamp. Now you want to make sure that the fork height is in the same position as when you remove these forks. And then, you know, our left fork, we're going to make sure that bleed screw is facing forward. And the right fork, you want to make sure that you have the air valve facing forward. Ours is actually a spring conversion, so we don't have that, but just make sure they're in the correct spots, and then torque the upper triple clamp bolts to 17 Newton meters. And then we'll continue reassembling the rest of the front end. With that snug down, I'm going to move the bars side to side all the way. And I'm going to back this bolt off, and we're going to retighten it. The standard tightness on this is going to be 12 Newton meters, but we're just going to check it by hand. So what we want is, if we center these handlebars up and we tap on the end, we want the handlebars to slowly drop to one side. So these are still a little bit loose. It's looking pretty dang close. So you have a little bit of adjustability right there. So at this point, what you want to do is grab on that front fork again, make sure there's absolutely no play in these bearings. So we got our bars exactly how we want them. So we're going to go ahead and tighten down our pinch bolt to 20 Newton meters, and then the lower clamps, we're going to tighten those to 12 Newton meters. We'll go back and make sure there's no play in those steering stem bearings. Now, one thing when you're making your adjustment and if you're checking for play, if the lower triple clamp bolts are still loose, you might feel some play in there. So just be aware of that. But the lower clamps are definitely the last thing you want to tighten down after you have your final adjustment on this bolt. So we'll go ahead and do that. And from here, all we have left to do is reinstall the number plate. At this point, we're ready to go ride. We're not going to have to worry about that notchy steering anymore. So if you need any steering stem bearings for your bike, you can pick those up on our website. We have a lot of different options on there along with those tools. So go check that out on the site and subscribe to our channel for more helpful content. Thanks for watching.